Hi guys, welcome back to another Adobe Lightroom tutorial in this 3-part series that I'm making for you. Okay, so we're going to dive straight in and get started with the edit. Okay, here we have a photo of me in Athens in Greece, but what I think is lacking in the photo is that it is rather dark. Okay, so we're going to try and bring up the highlights and the whites and give it a more summery look. Okay, so opening up our basic panel here, we're going to bring up the temperature and the tint to about +8, I think. Okay, because we want the photo to feel slightly warmer, highlighting some of the orangey tones that we have. Alright, I think we've done that already. We can already see a difference. Okay, so for exposure, we're going to increase to about +0.40, and already the image is brighter. Now the contrast down to -27. Highlights, will drop this down to -84 because we don't want to make the sky overly exposed, nor do we want to lose the outline from the clouds. Shadows will take up to +90. Okay, whites down to -88, and blacks up just a little bit to about +4. Okay, we're going to make a few changes here in the presence. Clarity will increase to +4, vibrance to +16, and the saturation up as well to +4. Okay, already we can see the difference that we've made so far. The photo is brighter, the whites and oranges stand out more, the colour of my shirt and the grass that we have in the bottom left corner is greener and brighter as well. So it's important that when we're making these changes that we don't lose some detail in other parts of the photo, like the clouds in the sky for example. Okay, moving on to the tone curve, let me just fix this a little and then I will explain what I've done. Okay. Okay, so on the reds, green and blues curve that we have here, what I do to start the curve is sort of move the first point up and down to see the brightness of the photo. Okay, and then let me just put that back to what it was on. Okay, and then what I tend to do is for the others, the reds, greens and blues separately, make a sort of S shape for the curves and change the position a little for the colors. Okay, then after we've done this, we need to make a few tweaks in the next section. Okay, now in my previous video I used the color section, okay, which is this one, but instead I'm going to show you the HSL. Changing the colors, there are different ways, so I'm going to try and do something a little bit different for you. Okay, so now we have all the colors listed under hue, saturation and then luminance. Okay, so starting off with hue, reds we're going to put +37, oranges -2, and then yellows +5, greens +23, aquas +8, blues -16, purple we're going to keep at 0 I think, and magenta go up to +62. Okay, now for the saturation, reds we're going to put to -37, oranges -48, yellow -52, greens -48, aquas -23, blue -46, purple -40, magenta -57. Okay, you can see that much of the color has now disappeared from the photo, probably because we've made the saturation all negative. But I think when we change the luminance, the colour will come back a little bit. Okay, so reds up to +3, oranges -16, yellow +37, greens +10, aquas +68, blues -16, purple +15, and magenta -58. Okay, so from doing that, we go a little bit back when adding the yellows and greens. Okay, so now we have a bit more colour back now. Alright, for the split toning, I think I want to focus on the sort of purple colour around about here. So let's say a hue of 254. Okay, saturation of 24. Then I think we'll bring the balance down to -80, so it's not too strong. And then for the shadows, we're focusing on the pillars in the center, so a hue of 34 and saturation of 7, I think. Yeah. Okay, for the detail section, I just want to increase the sharpening slightly to 47 and the color noise reduction to 25 again. Okay, for the effects, I'm not going to change anything, so we'll go straight to camera calibration. Okay, and make a few tweaks. So the tint will take down the shadows to -2, the red hue up to +35, and the saturation up to 45. Yeah, that's really brought about the reds and the oranges much more. Okay, so green hue +65, sats down to -15, and finally blue hue -10 and saturation -10 as well. Alright, that's looking great now. It's a much more brighter photo than we had before. We've made some of the colours stand out a bit more, and yeah, now the photo doesn't look like it was taken on a dull day, and yeah, I really like it.